Today, my friends, we make a protein cake that does not require protein powder. It doesn't contain a ton of calories and it doesn't need any baking skills at all. The volume of this recipe is insane. The calories are super low, the protein and the fiber is super high. It is so filling. I can't wait to show you this one. And also, calories and macros aside, this tastes absolutely incredible. It's ridiculous. And if you don't know by now, then you do not watch enough of my videos because I'm completely unoriginal, because today's recipe is going to be again featuring the chocolate peanut butter combination that we all know that I absolutely love and obsessed with. We're going for those Reese's vibes again, but we are making a chocolate peanut butter Reese's protein cake. Oh my god, yes. Why, Ash? Why Reese's again, you ask? Because it's the best flavour. Why would I make anything else? This cake can be a straight up replacement for your protein bars. It can be a straight up meal if you want to eat the whole thing. It can be a snack. It can be prepped up and stored in the fridge or the freezer for months. It is crazy versatile. Like I said, the calories and macros will blow your mind and the taste will as well. So let's look at the ingredients. Alright, so the ingredients for this recipe are going to be split into two sections. You've got the cake and you've got the frosting. To make the cake, you do not need protein powder, so I was not lying in the title of the video. To make the frosting, I'm going to be using protein powder, so I was lying in the title of the video. But before you cancel me, don't worry, the frosting recipe will still work completely fine without the protein powder, so chill your beans. There's no need to stress. As you know by now, the ingredients and the quantities you will need will be listed in the description box below, along with links to the ones that I personally use and recommend. So if you do need to pick anything up, help a brother out, head through those links and buy them that way. So for the cake's dry ingredients, the first thing you'll need is 84 grams of coconut flour. Do not substitute this with a different type of flour. It needs to be coconut flour because coconut flour is very absorptive of liquids and very high in fiber. We need that to make this cake work. Then we're going to need 20 grams of cocoa powder. Obviously this is going to be a chocolatey cake. We need this to bring the chocolate. 1 tablespoon of baking powder to help that bad boy rise. And then just some low calorie sweetener to taste. Then for the wet ingredients, all you're going to need is 230 ml of unsweetened almond milk. Feel free to use any other nut. I like almond. 200 grams of liquid egg whites. You can either separate them from whole eggs yourself or you can do it the posh, expensive way. And peanut butter flavour drops. These are obviously optional, but this is going to be a peanut butter flavoured cake, so highly recommend. You might also need a little bit of water to thin it out, but it also might not be necessary. Moving on to the frosting, this is even easier to make than the cake is. The cake is primarily going to be our chocolate flavour, so the frosting is going to take place for that inside peanut buttery bit of the chocolate peanut butter cup, and that makes me hungry just thinking about it. So for a nice natural flavoured peanut buttery frosting, we're going to be starting with 30 grams of smooth peanut butter. Sounds like a lot, but when the calories are spread out over several slices, it's not that much. Then we want 12 grams of PB2 for more peanut without the calories. The optional protein powder I mentioned earlier is going to be 25 grams of vanilla protein powder. I'm using Impact Whey from My Protein. As always, highly recommend. But if you do use a casein protein powder, the frosting will be even thicker, which I would recommend you do. Then you're going to want to add more peanut butter flavour drops if you have them. 50 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt or skyr, and 30 ml of almond milk. If you aren't using the protein powder, then you probably won't need the almond milk at all to make sure it's still nice and thick. Right, I've been looking at all these peanut butter ingredients for way too long now, and if I don't make something to eat soon, I'm going to demolish that whole tub of peanut butter. So let's take a look at how we make this damn cake. Okay guys, just before we get into making this, I want to share with you a quick hack that literally blew my mind when it comes to making stuff in pans like this. So I don't have a circular baking tin, which really annoys me because I want to make a round cake, so I definitely need to pick one of those up. But I have this square one, and what that means is when I add in my parchment paper so that it doesn't stick, it gets these wrinkles around the edge, and when I take the cake out, it's not tidy, it's not neat. My OCD doesn't like it, my YouTube thumbnails don't like it. It's not ideal. But then I found somebody doing this online and it blew my mind, and I want to share it with you. So all we need to do to make a perfectly square cake is going to be have 2 sheets of parchment paper, okay? You're going to fold one up, flip it around and put it across one way. Then you're going to do the same thing with another sheet and put it the other way so that we have a cross of parchment paper. That's how easy it is. How it took somebody on Google doing this for me to figure it out, I do not know, but this creates perfect squares, and you even get these handles to pull your mix out with. It's genius. It works so well. Anyway, let's make the damn cake. Alright, so first things first, you want to get your oven preheating to 180 degrees C and get yourself a large mixing bowl. We'll be starting with the cake batter, so in your mixing bowl just combine your dry ingredients, 84 grams of coconut flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 20 grams of cocoa powder and sweetener to taste. Then stir around until it's fully mixed to avoid any clumping once the liquid is added. Now mix in your 230 grams of almond milk, 200 grams of egg whites, peanut butter flavour drops if you've got them, and mix until you've got a thick, cakey consistency like you can see on the screen. Add water if you need to make yours less thick. Now transfer your batter to your baking tray with the cool parchment paper hack I showed you, and smooth the top out as much as possible, then get it in the oven. While the cake is cooking up, you're going to prepare the frosting so that it's got time to sit in the fridge and thicken up. This bit literally couldn't be easier. Just combine the 30 grams of peanut butter, 12 grams of peanut butter powder, 25 grams of vanilla protein powder, 50 grams of Greek yogurt and 30 grams of almond milk. Then mix until completely smooth and pop it in the fridge to thicken up a bit more. For the cake, cooking times will vary from oven to oven, so I'd recommend checking every 5 to 10 minutes or so, but it will typically take around 20 to 30 minutes. You want to be able to stick a fork in it and have it come out clean. Once it's ready, let the cake cool down in the tin, and then when it's less hot, remove, flip it upside down, and you've got a beautiful canvas for the peanut butter frosting. We don't want the cake to melt the frosting, so once it has cooled down, use a knife or a spatula to spread the peanut butter frosting over the cake and make it look somewhat nice. You'll notice it thickened up considerably in the fridge, and guys, I literally cannot explain to you how nice this frosting is. It is insane. Once that's spread, you are finished. This looks bloody amazing. Now, of course, if you've got the calories and macros for it, you could easily eat this whole thing as a meal, and to be honest, I'm very tempted to do so because look at this thing. But I like to emphasise meal prep on this channel because I know how much easier it makes staying consistent and staying on track with your diet. So I'm going to cut this into pieces and I'm going to do my taste test for you in a few days' time after this has been in the freezer to see if this holds up to the meal prep test. If I can do it, you can do it, and there'll be no excuses. So let's see what I think in a few days' time. Right, so I have literally been having this every day for quite a while now, and I cannot describe to you how good this recipe is. It doesn't taste like a protein cake. It tastes like a full-on, dirty, unhealthy cake. And that peanut butter frosting, I can't even describe to you how good the peanut butter frosting is. It is illegally good. Chocolate of the cake is so chocolatey. Decadent is the right word. It is absolutely amazing. Like I said, I've been having it for days on days now. I've got a piece here, so let's see if it holds up multiple days after cooking. Let's see. It literally blows my mind because it's so thick and so dense, and the fibre so filling. It's that type of filling where it creeps up on you, and I can't explain why. You just need to try it and see how filling it is. It's just an absolutely insane recipe. When you see the calories and macros, you won't believe it. So seriously, just make this one. It's the best. It's not the best protein cake I've ever had. It's not the best peanut butter chocolate protein cake I've ever had. It is literally the best chocolate peanut butter cake I've had, full stop. Protein or not. So there you go, I wasn't lying, it is amazing when you meal prep it up, and I literally can't emphasize enough how nice this peanut butter frosting is. Like, even if you don't make the cake, if you don't take anything else from this video, take this peanut butter frosting recipe, because oh my god. Now onto the important bit, the calories and the macros. For this entire cake, with the frosting and the protein powder in the frosting, you are only looking at 862 calories. That is 80 grams of protein, 80 grams of carbs, 33 grams of fat, and a ridiculous 44 grams of fibre. What the hell? For a whole cake that's as big as this, I can't show you how big it is, but it's huge. That is really good. And then if you cut this into 6 large-sized bars, like those would be 6 big servings, you are looking at only 144 calories per bar, with 13 grams of carbs, 13 grams of protein, 5.6 grams of fat, and 7 grams of fibre. That is ridiculous. That is as good, if not better, than a protein bar. And honestly, for how good this tastes, how easy it is to make, how easy you can batch it up and prep it for months, it's just ridiculous. It feels like cheating when you look at those calories and macros. So if you're like me, a little bit of a fan of chocolate peanut butter, you have to make this recipe. Whilst you're at it, try some of my other Reese's chocolate peanut butter recipes, because they're all damn good. Also, if you're looking to push yourself that little bit further, if you're looking to get the results you're actually after, hit the top link in my description for information on my online coaching. You'll work with myself directly to get you where you want to be. Subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week and they're really good, so join the team and don't miss out. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and until the next one, see you later.